There's a super niche on Amazon that you're probably buying products in right now, and you mightn't be aware. Instead of just buying stuff, you could be selling items in this niche and making at least $10,000 or more per month. This super niche is so big, it even has micro niches within it. And in this video, I'm gonna do a full breakdown of what the niche is, what the micro niches are, as well as show you exactly how much money some of these items are making and how you can tap into this right now and potentially bring in your first $10,000 or more per month on Amazon. Let's get straight into here and look at the first type of product in this incredible super niche, and this is multivitamins. In here, there are over 10,000 results on Amazon, and this is a wide-ranging type of supplement, all different kinds of things going on here. We're going to look at a few examples. We're going to ignore these sponsored results because they're paying money right now to be shown. We're going to look at ones that are organically here on Amazon right now at the time I'm recording, and just show you some quick examples of the kind of money these are making. I'm not going to look at Centrum because they're such a well-known brand. You're probably like, oh yeah, they're going to be making a ton of money. I'm going to look at ones that you mightn't have heard of before. So let's look at these ones really quickly, right? So Nature Made is a very well-known product, very good for wholesalers as well, has been traditionally. And this item here is bringing in $236,000 a month. Just a basic multivitamin. But what's really interesting is when we look at other similar products in this category and we scan them using Hero Launchpad. So this is another brand that I don't know very well. And whenever I scanned it here, this one has brought in $738,000 per month. So right there, just two items over $1 million a month in this multivitamins subcategory. So let's take a look at the next one now. It's going to blow your mind. Next, we have vitamin D, vitamin C, zinc. We could literally just go like this, look, and go boom, vitamin D. We can do the same for vitamin C. We can do the same for zinc. And we're going to find so many different products that we can look at that are making money right now. And some of these have got multiple sellers selling on them. This is one such example. There's other ones here as well. And some of them aren't even being sold by Amazon. There's even ones here that they themselves are just selling the product and nobody else is on it, which is interesting for another strategy that we teach at Marketplace Superheroes. There's a Nature Made one, that brand I talked to you about a minute ago. But this isn't answering the question, how much money are some of these items making? Again, we're avoiding all the sponsored results. We just want to look at different brands that are on Amazon that are right now ranking for these products. So let's look at this one here. We'll take a look at one more, just to give you a feel for that. So this vitamin D product, $239,000 in monthly sales as I'm talking to you right now. Just this one item, it's just unreal. Here's the sports research item, a little bit different as well. Nice packaging, and that one's doing $1.4 million a month. Unbelievable, and it's a vitamin D item. Has some other stuff going on in here as well, but mostly it's a vitamin D product, and that's millions and millions of dollars, and we've looked at only 4 different products. And like I said to you a minute ago, you can do the same thing here for vitamin C, which you can absolutely do that. And then you can do the same for zinc. And the other thing here is we use Hero Launchpad when we're scanning these products. So if you don't have access to that, you can do that by going to herolaunchpad.com and getting a free trial. You might be one of our programs and already have access to it, but it's a really powerful tool because of what it actually does. But look at all these. These are all just zinc products. Very, very basic. It's just zinc everywhere. And I'm going to look at a different brand that we haven't even looked at before who is not using sponsored advertising right now. And just see like, all right, well, how much money are they bringing in? So let's look at another example of an item here that's just a zinc product. We can see how much revenue that this one is bringing in. This is bringing in over $400,000 a month. Just a zinc supplement. Unbelievable. Let's keep going so you can give you some more inspiration. The next thing to look at are probiotics. 20,000 results. So many different types of products in here. And again, what's interesting is they go into specific, like for women, for men. There's a lot going on, right? And so there'd be a lot to drill into even further into probiotics. So by no means is this like an exhaustive list or something that I'm doing today. I'm just showing you some different examples of things that are going on right now. This is Physician's Choice, and they're selling it themselves. That's not really the point of this video. It's just to show you though, like this one item, how much money it's bringing in. And hopefully then that inspires you to go ahead and look further into even things like probiotics and find other brands that are wholesale approved that you could potentially sell or reselling as well. $1.5 million in sales. Now, when we look at this one, we can actually see that they're selling it themselves. So that's interesting, right? And when we look in a little further, we just see that Amazon, they're the only seller themselves. So we would avoid brands like this, but it would certainly get us thinking, all right, well, what is this? It's a probiotics for women product, right? So we could certainly go here and we could drill in a little further into this category by looking for women. Now we're at 7,000 results, so there's less going on, and we can start to look now and see, all right, well, are there other brands that are different that we could potentially be looking into? So there's another very well-known one called Garden of Life. It looks like there's multiple sellers on there. Let me just have a quick look and see. So Amazon are there. That's pretty normal. And so yeah, you can see that there are different sellers that are selling this item as well. Amazon at the time of recording are the people in the buy box. And if we use Hero Launchpad, it's really, really useful because we can do something pretty cool where we can see how much stock the other sellers have. It's quite hard to see, but you can see MS Designs have 1,000 of that. Sophia, they've got 13, and then Z's Essentials have 681. So they have a lot of stock. They're listing them on Amazon. So if ever someone tells you, oh, nobody's able to do this or that, well, look, this just proves that that's just not true, because those are people on the listing right now that are competing with Amazon for this exact product. The next category are fish oils, omega-3s. So you could literally go with one or other of these. So you could literally just look at omega-3 and you're going to see there's 5,000 different results. This brand, we saw them earlier on, they sell lots of different stuff. They're selling it themselves a lot of the time as well. So wouldn't be an opportunity for us necessarily, but again, something to look into further. And this is all validation that there's just so much money being made. Like if even I scroll down, I'm nowhere near the top, right? And I'm at 6,588 in health and household. This random item here, just to show you, Thorne is the brand. If I just scan this one and go, all right, well, how much is this making? Because remember, it's nowhere near the top even here. I can see this is bringing in $294,000 in sales. And this is something that's way down the page. So if you think about that, and we just look at the omega-3 subcategory, this is worth tens of millions of dollars every month on Amazon. And you will find some brands that you can work with in one capacity or another, whether it's buying directly from the brand and selling on Amazon, or whether it's doing what we do where you go into a wholesale distributor. There will be opportunities in areas like this when you look hard enough and you know where to go. Collagen powder is the next subcategory. It's really interesting. Again, many items making a lot of money. We've got all kinds of stuff going on in here. And you can even see on Amazon nowadays, things like this. Look, this one has done 50,000 units. This little Vital Peptides. Again, I'm not saying you can go and sell this because they're selling it. I think Amazon, they're selling it themselves, I think directly. They are Vital Proteins, which is great. Good for them. They're making a ton of money. Actually, just to confirm how much they're making, it's going to be ridiculous. Yeah, $1.1 million in sales in that month with that one single item. So that's another really cool subcategory I recommend you look into. Next, we have protein powder, something that is massive, 20,000 different results, all kinds of different brands. So much going on in here. So much so that they've started to do a lot of different things with this now to try and stand out in this space. Different flavors, different vibes, all kinds of stuff. It's just never ending, it would seem, protein powders. We've made quite a bit of money with protein powders in the wholesale account over the last few years, so it's definitely worth looking into a bit further. The next thing we have is creatine. Again, it's a big space, lots of different big brands, only 2,000 results. This is worth looking into, not as big as the other ones, but certainly a lot going on in here. Just to round out this video, we have 3 more for you. Sleep support, a massive space, so much going on in here. It's absolutely massive. More and more people want to sleep better these days. Greens powders, another really big space. Obviously AG1 and companies like that, we're not going to be getting involved in, we're not going to be selling, but there will be some opportunity in here for you as you look further down the sellers. And then finally we have glucosamine, lots of stuff going on here, hip joint health supplements, stuff like that. Many big brands and smaller brands, and just like, I mean, this alone has 4,000 different results over on Amazon. So I hope this video was interesting and gave you an idea as to the different categories and subcategories you can look into this super niche. There's so much going on in here. There's like tens of thousands of products, hundreds of millions of dollars every month sold on Amazon. So it's definitely worth your time and energy to look into. And hopefully you find a couple of big winners. And hopefully you like this video, and check out the link down below in the description if you're not part of the Marketplace Superheroes movement. And secondly, you can just type in FBA in the comments down below if you'd like us to send a completely free training to go even deeper into this topic. Thanks for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.